Look, mysterious pages are added to the book. Let's get going. What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to AdventureBound. My name is Wade Acuff. I'm an artist and an illustrator, and I am on a journey of discovery to learn how to create a self-published illustrated book. And today, I'm going to need a lot of help. I mean, I always need a lot of help, but today, especially, because we're going to be jumping into InDesign, and I have not used InDesign quite, not maybe a handful of times, ever. But I'm also going to need your help, chat. This is pre-recorded, but we do have a Discord. If you have any comments, any questions, there should be a link in the chat for that. But we do need to get started here because I do want to get to the illustration part of this because first and foremost, AdventureBound is all about illustration. But I do have a recap for you from last episode. So let me just take this back a minute. Now you just saw our Chad right there. We drew this sketch to begin with, and you guys wanted me to work on the Cyclops and gave him the name Chad. So I added a value sketch to this, and I'll just show this real quick. Take everything off of it. There we go. So we've got Chad as a value sketch with color layers applied, some tone, some translucency for the ears, backlight or rim light, and some eye detail. And of course, you guys named him Chad. So there we go. That's our update from last episode. And we are going to get into illustration, but let's introduce our special guest. Guys, welcome in Mr. Andrew Hochradel. I hear the applause. Andrew.
Yes, I heard it. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm about to be like Chad. I sneezed and some of the throat lozenge menthol went into my eye. And so we're here together. We did it.
Awesome. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to get into InDesign. But I am going to put Andrew on the spot a little bit because we're going to do some illustration first. I did ask him specifically if he wanted to be here for this, and he said yes. So
I've been taken hostage.
Yes.
Please save me, chat.
No. We're good. I think we're going to ask Andrew a couple of questions here because we're going to do a little bit of a remix or mix, I guess a mashup is what you want to call it.
Okay.
So, Andrew, I have a couple of questions. What is your favorite or two favorite animals?
Okay, let's go with an axolotl.
Okay.
Do you know what an axolotl is?
I absolutely do.
Okay, cool. And otters. Otters make me like giggle and cry.
And how they hold hands. Have you seen that? I'm sure you've
seen
that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And the little babies sleeping on the chest. Oh, the little baby. I love the little baby.
So we've got an axolotl and otters. What is your favorite fruit? Let's go with your favorite fruit. I sometimes do favorite food, but fruit's probably a little bit safer.
Yeah, let's go with pistachios. I'm gonna say that pistachios are a fruit, and we're gonna let that happen.
Fine. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Again, I think you're. Oh no, I think I lost you. Yep, lost Andrew. Excellent. Let's see if we can get Andrew back. Andrew, are you back?
I'm back.
We're back. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that.
We are still
I saw an otter and my entire system crashed.
We're still going. We're going strong.
Okay.
All right. So we had
pistachios. I was trying to think of like what is the most like
hardest thing to spell?
Well, no, like the most clam. Like if an otter is gonna like get like a little thing that like hits it against its stomach, I just thought a pistachio would be cute.
Okay. There we go. And then we've got a couple of other things here. List some colors. What are they don't have to be favorites. They don't have to be favorites. Okay.
Let's go blue.
Blue.
And maybe like a teal.
Oh, that's pretty blue-ish.
Yeah. And then maybe like a orange.
An orange.
Orange.
Right. Orange. Okay, cool. Now, what is your favorite genre of movie?
Let's do Horror.
I was gonna say it better be horror.
It is. It
That's
is. I
great.
am a
That's
sucker.
awesome.
I want to go to therapy after I see a movie. That's
Is that a
that's
good
all that
thing?
I
Is
want.
that a good
Yeah.
thing?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So we've got a couple of options, and we're going to do this little mashup here. Andrew, I'm going to put us over onto my screen.
Take us away.
There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this list, which may have some spelling errors. That's okay. We're fine. And we're going to just start sketching. We're going to see what we can do with it.
How do you sketch? You just start and like draw stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what we talked about last week a little bit about breaking that blank canvas barrier. A lot of people have that like, I don't know what to do, or, even if it's like artist block. And I'll show you, I'll just get started. I need to look up the reference real quick.
Oh, from an axolotl? It looks like this.
I know what it looks like. It has that. I've actually, on one of my personal streams, I've actually done an axolotl as a study. And let's see. Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's an axolotl. It's an axolotl.
Axolotl.
I'm trying to think of an axolotl and an otter. It's an axolotl.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. Now, which one do we want to keep, though? Okay, so let's just talk about first. You were asking about getting started. I kind of just do some scribbles so I can start to see shapes in there. And we have a specific direction. This is usually for warm-ups and things where I'm just like, what do I find in the shapes? And then I might pick out like, oh, here's an eye, or here's an eye, here's a nose, just something like that. And that'll get me started. This time, though, we have options. So I'm going to use this random shape that we started here.
In chat, if I'm looking over in this way, like I'm staring into the distance, it's Wade's screen. You're here and Wade's over here. And right now he's more important. I'm sorry.
Oh, Andrew, how dare.
I love you, chat. I do.
So I'm looking at auto reference over here, and it's just just images. But I'm trying to think. They both have super cute faces. So which one would you want to see? We've got to keep the axolotl face.
Yeah, with the little things, and then I think an otter body.
Like an otter body. Yes.
I think if it's majority
an
otter
body experience.
An otter body experience. I think if it's majority otter and like the axolotl, all that I need is a little head waves. Like I think that's the only thing we need from that. And it's like stupid little face. Yes. But I mean that in an endearing way. It just has like a really dumb looking little face.
Yeah, it's like cute, derptastic.
Not a certain like zero thoughts behind those little eyes.
Right. All right. I think we can do it.
Okay.
And I think Andrew, you might know, cute is something that I'm not always particularly good at, but we're gonna give it a shot.
It's true. You do like scary.
I do, and I do like cute. It's just one of those things that I don't gravitate towards naturally.
Yes, you're more like fantasy, I guess. Not really like scary. I don't think you do horror that much. I see some, but I feel like you do.
There's a mix. There's a good mix.
I'm here to challenge you. We're helping you grow creatively.
Exactly. Get out of your
Welcome to Adobe
zone.
Live.
Yes. Get out of your comfort zone, grow a little bit. You're going to start to see the axolotl face almost immediately.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy how you just like are pulling things out of scribbles. That's so cool.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's we talked about this quite a bit on the last episode. We're just finding shapes that work. We do have direction here, which, helps quite a bit. Because we got something we can build towards.
It looks like do otters have tails? Those are beavers. Yeah, that's a beaver.
Well, they do have tails, but they're like little scooty little.
In my brain, this looks like a axolotl that is a Cabbage Patch Kid that is like has a beaver tail, right? He's like sitting like this, all like bundled up, a little baby.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
That's so interesting how you scribble and then you're just like, oh, here is the thing. And we've done like 6 lines.
Yeah, and then it's just a matter of refining it. And I'm trying to figure out, he's got kind of a little beefy arm over here.
Yep.
So I'm trying to like merge the two bodies, and I still want him to have fur, which is going to be weird for an axolotl.
And chat, if I sound like your parents that are like, oh my goodness, look at the lines you're drawing. I am like so far from being an illustrator that I might as well be your parents.
That's hilarious. But Andrew, you surely have drawn things. I mean, even if it's sketching, right? You don't sketch things out?
Yes, I like got into design because of Tim Burton. And so I love the very
really
rough Burton-esque scribbles. Like,
whoa. So we
Yes.
need to
So
add
that's
like stripes to this and
yeah,
that
exactly.
kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Like anytime I go, the closest I get to drawing things is when I go to Artist Academy at Disneyland. They like teach you how to draw a Disney character, but I always might make mine Burton-esque. So they have like the big hollow eyes and they have like,
Oh,
like spines and ear piercings and like stitches and all that stuff. And then they're like,
that's
hold up your things. And it's all cute Mickeys. And mine has like fangs. And yeah,
that's you know what I'm gonna throw into this, and just because we can, I'm gonna go
a top hat.
Tim Burton. Let's see what happens. Drawings. I'll say drawings. I'm not gonna show them,
Yes.
obviously, but
Yeah. It's very like loose and free. And I feel like
yeah,
it's like the sketch process to where you can start bringing stuff out. And I like that. Like, I don't like feeling like I'm locked into anything. If there are extra lines, that's like part of the charm.
yeah. One of my favorite. Um, have you ever seen the short Vincent? That is my
Yes.
absolute
Oh, Vince. Absolutely.
100% favorite thing that
Yes.
Tim Burton has ever done.
Yes, there's a great artist who you would love that chat you can look up and moderator. Who's your moderator?
I don't know. This is so far in
Mystery
the
moderator,
past, but yeah.
high future moderator.
There we go.
If you can look up some of the artist's work, his name is Wednesday Wolf, and he did a series of Pokemon, and his whole thing is like
Whoa.
watercolor. It's like Tim Burton watercolor, and it's just like gross, disgusting. And I have a bunch of his prints because they're so cool. But yeah, Wednesday Wolf. If you want to see some weird arts, look up Wednesday Wolf. Yes.
What if I'm the moderator?
Then
What if
that'd be interesting.
it's like
Make sure you link directly to the Pokemon page because he also does some other art. Just make sure that we're like honed in there. Fair warning,
Gotcha.
chat.
Yeah, I'll put a
It's
disclaimer, or
it's
I'll get.
cute.
Yeah, it's getting there. But how do we make it? Let's see, Tim Burton esque.
At this point, in your
That'll fit the horror.
yes, the thing that's always Burton-esque is like the rings around the eyes. Like that's always
Yep.
my big
This
thing is
thing.
like the hollowed out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
And
always some
then-
stitches,
Yep. We're gonna get I think
curly
the t-
tail,
I think the tail is gonna be stripes and
Yep,
spiral.
very sandworm. Yeah. What was I gonna say? When you're drawing like this, are you thinking about like color and skin texture and that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
or right now is it just
absolutely.
like lay down the lines?
Well, right now it is just kind of throw everything out, just to kind of see where it lands. But right now we're kind of past that point where I'm starting to form ideas and what it's doing. It's going to be chomping on some pistachios.
Oh, little pistachios.
So we're gonna have little pistachios, maybe a little bag of pistachios over here or something spilled out. I don't know.
I was so confident that pistachios were a fruit. I'm gonna go back and
Did
watch
you
this
look it
and
up?
just watch. No.
Okay.
I didn't think there was not, again, much like the axolotl, there was not a single thought behind my eyes.
Gotcha.
You just asked, and the first thing that I thought of was, oh yeah, pistachio. You can like crack it and then open it, and it's like a clam.
It's fair.
Look
That's
at this
fair.
little nugget.
I think he's got weird leg direction issues, and I love it. Like
Like when kids sit with
it's
their legs
like,
in like
yes,
a W.
yes,
Yes.
and it's kind of backwards and would never actually work, but kind of liking it. All right, so, and I do think about color. That usually comes later.
Okay.
But since you brought, I did ask you about colors, but since you brought up horror and stuff, and I don't know how much we'll get into this as far as coloring goes. But that Tim Burton reference is a great place to draw color inspiration from as well.
Yes. It's very bright, bold, flat colors, which I love.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Again,
change this.
I like very like painterly, more like sculpting drawing than trying to actually draw something.
Gotcha.
It also stresses me out so much. Again, being a designer and not an illustrator, I'm so stressed that you're working on one layer. That is so stressful for me.
Are you kidding me? No, this
like
is the best thing
every
about it.
single one of
This
my
is-
strokes would be on its own layer.
No, this is the best part about the whole thing. And I haven't even really mentioned that a lot when talking about sketching and drawing yet, because we're only a few episodes in. But I only start breaking off into layers when I know that, like, you'll see, like with the example I showed earlier, you'll see separate color layers. I'll start breaking off so that we can make sure that if you need to go back and change things, it's going to be on the color layer specifically.
He is a cute little man. Look at him.
But
How his
now,
little
like,
pistachios.
I want to figure out how to, because, do we add a nose? Because then it's no longer, it's still beaverish. Do we give him a beaver nose? But
I would give him like an otter nose, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's cute. Like a little button,
otter,
yeah. I think that's cute.
Yeah. There we go. You're right. And I think we can do a little bit of, I'm going to go ahead and start just blocking out some shading. I love the idea of
so cool to watch. And are you painting on, are you doing the like 50% gray layer painting, or are you just painting this on with gray?
It's not quite 50% gray, but I do work on a gray layer so that I can add light and highlights to it. And I usually, especially for this show, I usually wait until the end. If there's time, I'll come back for that real quick dopamine hit of adding highlights, because it's so, it's a joy. It's such, for me, it's like literally a highlight.
Can we make, okay, I don't know if this is a thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I don't want to touch anything, so I don't want to crash. Can we make his little like tendrils electric? Once we get to like color and stuff, right? That might be a little more horror, is that we can get it like that they're shocking.
Oh no, we can do that. We'll see where we get to with lighting, because that's going to be in the lighting stage.
Okay. There's stages? What are the stages? Wade, take me through.
So the stages right now, I still consider this a very sketch stage. We've kind of laid down the foundation. That's the line work, the real quick line work. And we are, we're working on a very truncated time schedule here. But laying down that line work, getting some of that in, and then I immediately move to this value, working up the values. And then the lighting kind of bleeds into the value work, because I'm already looking at this from almost a front lit, which is kind of my default. It's a little bit of a front lit. I haven't chosen I usually start with a light source when I get onto the lighting. Like we'll do like a little cone to show the direction of the light. So we're front lit, so this is a little cone that'll help me know that that's where my lighting is coming from. So when I do jump into, and I'll just add like some highlights for the eyes right now, and maybe something on the nose, it does start to kind of show like, oh, that's where the light is. Being a furry creature adds a level of complexity, but I'm going to keep it simple, as simple as possible.
Does that make it easier at all that you don't have to worry about like highlights or like reflections and stuff, if it's like it's just fur?
It depends on the read of the creature. It can make it difficult, because fur, especially long fur, and if there's detail in the fur. But if like a short hair like this, it can make it a little difficult for showing the anatomy, some of the structure.
He's
but
beefy.
I think, he's a chunky little fella. And I kind of like it. I kind of added that. That's.
Can we give him little fangs? I feel like he could have two little like hangout fangs.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. This is Andrew's choice. Andrew, what would you like to see?
Yeah, I'm just here to argue. Yes, that.
You want upward or downward? Because we can do
downward, like hanging over the lip.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Oh. Look at his little teethers. Yeah, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I will not tell Mingo that you said that.
Oh, that's true. Mingo is our child. Wade and I have a child. His name is Mingo.
That's very true.
Meerkat?
Yeah, it's kind of a meerkat / ferret. It's a
yes, he's very ferrety. Yes,
yeah, it's kind of it's also a mix, just like this. All right, let's.
I actually have a print of Mingo in my living room. He's with me always.
Yes, Andrew is. I definitely give Andrew a lot of credit for Mingo. What was the show called?
Design in the Dark.
Design in the Dark.
I loved that show.
Yeah. Still available if you want.
Still available here on Adobe Live. If you want to look it up. It is very throwback. Your episode. This is no shade to anyone. I didn't like that show format, but I think that your episode was like by far the best one.
Oh, you are very. You're just saying that.
I think it was the only one that like really worked. We had some rough episodes with that show, but
okay.
I think that yours
Well, I only,
Mingo is worth it.
full disclosure, I only watched my episode. I don't know if that's cool or not.
Wow.
That's not true.
Was early.
That's not true.
That was early in my Adobe Live days.
All right, so we only have a few minutes left here, but I think we're making pretty good. Before we have to get on to the hard work, Andrew's going to do the hard work for us. But I'm going to add this tail.
It's very Burton-esque. That's
And we got a few minutes, so we'll try to add in. Let's see about your lighting for your. So you want electricity coming off these guys, is what you're telling me. Okay. Well, we'll give it a shot. No, there's no guarantees here. And this goes back to what I talked about last week too. Anything that's a sketch and you're like just kind of working it out, don't be precious about it. Just let it happen, figure it out. It's kind of like if you're more familiar with design, you have to try a bunch of things sometimes before things start hitting.
Yep. I would literally grab a white brush and just go. So anything that you do that's better than that is going to be amazing to me.
All right, so let's just. In fact, I'm going to do exactly what you said. Almost grab this.
Okay.
I usually would look up a reference. Let me just see what we can do on the fly here. I'm just going to start adding little dots around this. You know what? Never mind. I'm not doing that.
Oh, he's out.
I'm going to do something else. I'm going to add, I don't know, this may not work either, but I'm going to add like they are little bolts going around.
Yes, that's perfect. Yes, very Burton. Wait, look how you made it just spiral. You're so good, Wade. This is so cool to watch.
Andrew, I appreciate it.
I know that like in the realm of like your circles, you're probably like, man, whatever. This is really cool to me. I'm excited. Let me have my moment. Let me live in my magic.
So now I'm just going to take the brush and be a little bit bigger and just add a little bit of soft halo.
Little glow, yep.
And you can do this a lot of ways. You can do this with
I imagine him sneezing and it just goes psst.
Oh my gosh. I should have done them straight out and have him sneezing.
He's allergic to pistachios and he takes a bite and then he's like, ah, poof.
Oh my gosh.
The screen caps of my face on this show are, I don't know how to like art direct sometimes, and so I have to use my face. And chat, you're getting some good ones.
So there's a little bit of bounce light kind of happening, coming off,
In chat, we need you to name him. Am I jumping ahead?
No, you're good.
Okay. Chat, we need you to name him. We know this is pre-recorded.
Yes.
But
we still need a name.
Yes. When is this airing, Wade?
This is, Andrew put me on the spot. I believe it's the 17th.
After Max.
October. Yeah. Oh yeah, after Max.
Oh, what if I just like said so many secrets right now and then we roll the dice if it like comes out before Max or not?
Hey, that's on you, man.
I want to break some NDAs, baby. I won't. Cool. Yes. Hopefully Max was good for all of you. But yes, we do need a name. So give us a name. I would suggest don't go with this one. What does he look like? He looks like Manny to me, and I don't think that's the right answer, chat. But you can pick a better one than that. In my brain,
Manny. I got
he kind of looks like Manny, but I'm not into it. So, chat, I need something better. And maybe like a play on words. We can do something electric.
Yeah,
we can do something like.
So what would be a static? Oh, I can't even say it. I was trying to say axolotl and static.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I just added a little bit of bounce light, just using that same white, and it kind of works. I would definitely spend more time with it, but I think for now this is
that's incredible.
Yeah, this is what we're going to be left with, and if we have time, we'll come back at the end. But Andrew, this is why I invited you here. Yeah, please get your yawns out now.
I know they're just happening
because
my throat is feeling better, and so it's yawning. It's waking up. There we go.
That's good. Andrew's healing. He's waking up.
The world is healing.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got our, I don't know, we'll get a name for this. I can't see it now.
Yes, we'll get a name, chat.
All right, so Andrew.
That name right there. Hopefully I'm close to the chat and pointing in the right direction. All right.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, Andrew, now it's time for you to do your thing, and please help me out, because a big part of this, I've wanted this to be a big collaboration from friends I know, people that I know that can help me. And you being our first guest, I'm super excited. You're going to show us a little bit what we can do in InDesign, because I need help, man. I really
Yes.
do need help.
InDesign is deep and wide, so it's going to be a good time.
All right, so we're going to go over to Andrew's screen. If you're ready, Andrew.
I'm ready. I'm here.
Okay, well, we are
Welcome to InDesign.
sharing your screen now.
This place is your place. A place
Oh,
for
wait.
everyone.
Oh,
InDesign.
wait, real quick. Right back to
Yep.
my screen. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Should I give them a preview of what what I'm looking for so you can now follow up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. All right, so I do have some examples, and they're super basic. I did these in Photoshop, and we need to be able to get these in InDesign. So we got a full page, big deal, whoop, right? But formatting and then numbering pages, it's a thing that's going to happen. Maybe there's a good way to do that.
Yep.
We have full page with like an illustration cut out. And again, these are just examples. Andrew, feel free to do whatever you need to. Here's a half page with a similar thing with like the text going around the character. And then we have this, which has a little bit of possibly a chart that we could link to a spreadsheet if we have time. I know, right? Super boring. But not boring when you need it. So,
which, if you want to learn how to link your spreadsheets in Illustrator, tune in 2 weeks ago on October 3rd at 9 a.m. It's literally from when we're recording this tomorrow morning. I'm doing a lesson on variables and data merging. So you will have already seen it. And so we don't have to cover that in this episode. You can go watch that episode and figure out how to do it because I am teaching that.
Please link to that. So
please link to that future mod in my stream in the past. I'll wear a different shirt, I promise. Okay, sorry. All right,
let's jump into it. Let's go back to Andrew's screen.
We're
here, and I'm ready. I'm focused.
Okay. There's a bunch of things that we can do. First, the difference between InDesign and other like programs is you don't really want to work with images like directly in there. So when you put something in InDesign, you always place an image. Don't copy and paste. You always want to place an image. And the way to do that is just hit Control D, or you can go over here to File, Place. I'm going to go on my downloads and see if I got any goodies. I know that I have some like paper textures in here somewhere. Secret, more secrets. Where's my...
Just spill the secrets, Andrew. Come on.
Yeah. You all will have these secrets. Okay, let's do this one. So you see, once I select a file, it's going to bring up this little like window. If I click, now I've placed this. So a little bit different than Photoshop.
Oh.
If I move it around, it's going to move the whole thing, right? But if I scale like this, it's not going to move the whole thing. You can see it's just cropping the window. So InDesign basically only makes clipping masks is kind of the way that I have to think about it. Is every frame in InDesign is just a window to something else, right? So if I wanted to, I could take this whole object and use the scale tool over here and scale the object down, and then it's going to scale the whole thing. Same with rotating. I can go to rotate, and I'm going to rotate it into the background. Now, what's cool is if I wanted to, let's say, move this around for a different like orientation, I can use the direct selection tool, and you see that it is orange, right? It's not blue. So if I use the selection tool, the black one, it's going to turn blue. If I use the direct selection tool, which is the white one, it's going to turn orange. Okay. Now, when I click and drag, it's moving the image inside the box, right? So my box has not moved, but the image has. So you can see as I move this around, it's going to move that window, right? So InDesign is all windows.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
It's weird, right?
All windows. Yeah.
A little different. Okay. So what we're going to do here.
The mask thing really helps because that syncs with me.
What we're going to do is say, hey, our window, we want to go on the whole page, right? So we're going to make a background on the whole page. Now I'm going to right click and go to fitting, fill frame proportionally. And what this is going to do is it is going to fill the frame proportionally. So it's going to keep it so there's no stretch pixels, but it's going to fill the entire frame for me. Pretty cool. All right. We got our background. That looks good. Where do we want to go next? Do we want to add in some text?
Yeah, let's add some text. Let's just do the full page. Let's see.
Yes. Full page. So we're going to hit T for the type tool. And here's something interesting about InDesign as well. In Photoshop or Illustrator or any other program, when you click, it's going to make point type. But in InDesign, nothing's happening. Here, look.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear the click?
Okay. I sure can.
There we go. Good. I just want to make sure we were on the same page.
Can you hear the click, chat?
So point type, not a thing in InDesign because, again, everything in InDesign is a clipping mask. That's right. So everything has to have a container, and it's all just made out of boxes. So we are going to fill the whole page with some text, and I'm just going to click and drag all the way down here, and it's going to lock in, and then we let go. So there's nothing in here, but we can fill all of this with some type that we can use as kind of placeholder. So what I'm going to do is go to type and then fill with placeholder type, which is right here in the menu right there. Fill with placeholder text. Oh my goodness.
Nice. Found it.
Right at the bottom. Fills the whole thing with placeholder text. Super helpful. So Wade, what's the font that we're using here?
This would be Salted.
Cool. So I'm going to grab this, and then up here, I actually love the navigation of InDesign. Everything you need is in the top bar up here. And so we can come in, and I forgot what you just said. Salted?
Salted, yes. Which you
Cool.
can find on Adobe Fonts, font.adobe.com.
The Adobe fonts?
The Adobe Fonts.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're here. It looks pretty good, but there's some settings that we need to change. So with this box selected, you can see that my toolbar changed. And Wade, are you familiar with the contextual toolbar that is now in Photoshop and Illustrator?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Here's my hot take, and this may not be true. I
Oh,
think they
here we
stole
go.
it from InDesign. I think they stole it from InDesign because watch what happens. See this top bar? So right now I'm selecting objects. If I change to the type tool, look at that whole bar changed with all new settings.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I love InDesign, because everything, it's like a step ahead of me at every point. And actually Photoshop on the web is similar to this kind of workflow. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a couple different settings. The first is I'm going to turn off hyphenation. So we're going to click right here on this box. We never want hyphenation on ever.
Mhm.
If you're doing a book, probably, I don't know, there's some rule about it. I hate it. I don't do it.
We'll figure that out. That's another step down the way. Yeah.
Down the line. Okay, so we've got that. Looks good. And then we actually can change the text or the paragraph, right? So if I go up here, you'll see that all my type options are over on the left. If I go to paragraph, all those options come way over to the right. So you can kind of work with the workflow that feels relevant to you in that moment.
Okay.
All right, so let's do, that's laying out a page. Do we want to do some headers? Let's do a heading. So all we need to do in here is, let's do two things. What we need to do is we're going to just do an enter here, and I'm going to use this type as a headline.
Okay.
So what's the headline font that we were using?
Mendel Sans.
Got
And
it.
it's
So I'm going to select.
It's one of the bold ones. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to select just that type and then go to Mendel and select that. Cool. We're going to increase the size a little bit. Give it a little bit of oomph.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks pretty good to me. So what we can do here is we are going to do some columns. I see that yours has 2 columns. So it is so much. How do you have this set up in Photoshop? Can we go to your screen real quick? And I just want to see how you did your columns in Photoshop.
Let me bump back over. Yeah, so for this, all I did was it's just a hash out of a block text. And there we go. Come on, Photoshop.
Got it. 2 block text.
Yeah, it's just 2 block. And then
Cool.
Let's see if I can find the actual. There we go. So yeah, it's just a block.
This is going to save you so much
time. Take the
time.
type tool and pull it
Yep.
out.
Yep. Okay. So we have our box, right? And again, everything in InDesign, back to my screen. Back to me. Everything in InDesign is just a placeholder box, right? And so we can say, hey, within that placeholder box, we don't want just one type. We want 2. So you go up here to where it has columns. 2. Done. Oh, we want 3? 3. Easy. Oh, we want to change the gutter. Right below that, we can change the width of that gutter or bring it back down. Awesome. And it is flowing all of this text into it. It will reformat it everywhere we need. So I'm actually going to do 2 columns here, but you can see that we have some text that got cut off, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I need to add another page. We're going to click right here on create a new page. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this background just to have it.
Oh, so it makes a new page. Can you show us that a little bit? Like, is it just add one to the bottom? Is that how that works?
Yes. So basically what we're looking at here is how the book will be laid out. So if I add more pages, you'll see that it's the front cover, the middle spread, and then the back cover. Okay, so as you add pages, the front and back cover are always separate, and then the spreads are on the inside. Okay, so we have text that actually got overset. And usually when you're doing text, Wade, you're putting in like paragraph by paragraph.
Mhm.
Here, like I've laid out books before that are like 97 pages, and you just copy and paste the whole thing into one text box. Because what you can do, check this out. And actually, okay, I'm gonna do something real quick. I just need a ton of text because I want to show you a cool hack.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm gonna fill with placeholder text real quick. Got it. And then we are going to scale that back down. And again, it's gonna reflow that text. Okay, and you see we have this little red button right here.
Yes.
So the red button on the text box means that like, hey, there's text that's overset that like needs to go somewhere. And you actually can see down here at the bottom, it says 1 error. That's going to show you, hey, on this page, there's an error. Where's it? There you go. Sorry. If you double click, it'll bring up, hey, there's an error. There's overset text on this page. So if you ever have a red dot, something's wrong with your document.
Oh, okay.
Check this out. We can click here. And then I'm going to come down, and in this corner right here, I'm going to hold shift, and all I need to do is click. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate as many pages as I need to fit all the text within the purple box that I've set. So check this out. I'm holding shift, 3, 2, and there's all our pages.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah. I knew that you could do some things like that. I didn't know that it was like that automated.
Yep. And so
then you just changed it to 2 columns.
Yep. Just going to change this to 2 columns, which is really cool.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So let's keep going here and show you how to do text wrapping maybe. How much time do we have? That will dictate what I show you.
We have about, 15 to 20 minutes ish.
Okay.
Plenty
Let's
of time.
do text wrapping. Let's do text wrapping, and then I'll show you how to do some other stuff. So what's convenient about using this method is now I'm going to do some text wrapping. And let's say that Wade has a really cool illustration. That illustration looks like this. Wow. Look at that illustration.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So what we can do, is I'm going to go to type, window. Oh, wait, you're going to stump me here. And text wrap. There it is. Window, text wrap. And then it's going to bring up my little panel right here. So there's different options. So wrap around the bounding box. You can see the blue line goes all the way out to a square, even though it's circle. So it's going to move all the way to that square, right? So if we do right here, wrap around object shape, it's going to wrap around like Wade has it to where it's wrapped around the shape a little bit. And then we also have inline jump object, which means that if I move it up here, it's going to basically block out that whole area. And the same thing there.
So
excuse me, it's going to block those areas.
If you bring in an image you place the image.
Yes. Okay, let's do that. So if this, I just made this circular shape, right? So you can, again, everything in InDesign's a window, everything's a clipping mask. So I made a shape here. Oh, no, it's a clipping mask. I can select it and then hit Control D to place and then choose my image, and it's going to place it inside of that.
Nice.
Right? Really cool.
Yeah.
So it's getting a little bit too close to me, so I can select my object, and then I'm just going to bump this up. And as I bump this up, you'll see that it's giving me more space around my object with that type. So something weird is happening here is you can see it's like really bad quality. It does that on purpose.
So just
all we need to do is select it. Yes, it's saving disk space. You can go to display performance right here and then click on high quality display, and it will show you the actual image.
Nice.
Also, if you want to see what it's going to look like, all you need to do, one finger, hit W. And W is going to crop your pages, take away all the marks, so you can see what your page actually looks like without all this extra stuff on it.
Oh, cool.
I want this functionality like everywhere. It's so nice.
Yeah, for sure. What about a custom shape? Because that is one of the options. Like, I know this is a circle, but if you had like, little divots and things going on.
Yeah, so let's do, I don't have Illustrator open.
Oh, you can't make shapes?
Oh, no, I can use the pen tool. I was going to show, I think that you can take vectors straight from Illustrator and then do it here. So I'm going to grab the pen tool here, and let's say that I want a shape that's like this. Maybe we're doing like some kind of weird wonky, like hand. It feels like a hand.
Yeah, that's a hand, 100%.
Yep. And again, I don't have to have it filled with anything, and I just Control D to place, and then I'm going to select these crayons, hit open, and it places inside that. So if it is not the right size, right? So let's do the wrapping one more time. Cool.
Okay, so it is trying to wrap around the whole,
Yep. So it's wrapping around
Sweet.
all that stuff. But let's say that we actually want this image to look a little bit different, right? So this is where that direct selection tool comes in. Right here, the white one. If we select it, you can see that orange box. This is a huge image, which means that we're just getting a piece of the image in there. So with the direct selection tool, I'm going to click and select the image in the inside, and then use the scale tool over here to scale it down. And now you'll see it's only scaling the image within that shape. So it doesn't mess up the shape at all. It only scales the image. So with the shape selected, with the blue outline and the black arrow, I can rotate the shape. But with the white arrow and clicking on the image, I can rotate the image.
Nice.
Right?
So question, now that we're kind of getting a grasp of this, if I bring in a drawing with a custom shape, or I need to make a custom shape, the image, obviously it can have a white background and the image is completely solid. That doesn't matter because that's just an image. Would you have to then mask around, like take that pen tool and then make a shape around it?
There is, and I don't know where it is. Options.
I was wondering if there might be an auto feature for it, or
yes, detect edges. I think select subject. Let's see what happens here. I'm hoping the text will go over. Yes, so it looks like it found the subjects and it's wrapping to the subject now. And so this image is just on top of the text. But if I send it backwards, there we go. Now you can see it's wrapping
so
to
you
the
can just bring
object.
in something on white, or that's pretty sweet.
It's InDesign's really good. Like, I don't know why people sleep on it, because it's really good. Like, this is a really cool magazine layout. And then you can come in here and let's say that we want to grab just that back image here. Let's like increase. We got a little more space around the boats. Maybe we only want to wrap to one side. If we invert, then it's going to not do anything because we're selecting subjects. But you can use select subject, detect edges, graphic frame, same as clipping. So you can, there's a ton of options to do there that end up being really, really cool sometimes.
Random question. On the select subject, did it just make shapes around it?
It did.
Can you select those shapes now and then customize those?
That's a great question. I don't know, actually.
Okay.
I don't know how I would is the answer.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like specific use cases for me. I know that's going to be an issue. Like, I don't quite like how that works. But that's already so much...
Okay, so it's done this, and I can... Yes, I can move those.
Perfect.
That's really awesome. Cool.
Yes, that is really cool. That means I can just bring things in and never have to like mask them in another program or any of the stuff. It's all...
Oh, you don't have to do anything. Yeah. It's literally all here. Yeah. And I'm actually curious. I want to just place a random image here. I need something that has like a subject. Okay, there's like, oh, this one has a bat. Let's see what the bat does. So I'm going to import this in, and then I'm going to do the text wrapping. We're going to delete this thing in the background.
Yeah.
See, now I'm just distracted, Wade.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I tried. Okay, so we're going to wrap around that. We're going to change to select subject. Hope that it grabs the bat. Yes, that's a good selection. Wow. We're going to bring the text in front and check that out. That's so cool. That's really cool. I'm not mad about that at all.
Yeah. Can you select the type just for now and change it to white just so we can see it?
If you want to. So here's a little thing. I'll teach you things as we go.
Dracula voice? Was that?
Maybe. So what we can do is if we grab the selection tool and click on our text, right? It's going to select what is happening. Let's quiz your knowledge. What is everything in InDesign?
A window.
Yes. So if we click on the text, it's just selecting the window. So if I try to change the color to white, it's going to change the color of the window to white.
Okay.
Right?
I'm with you.
So to get in there's a couple different ways that you can do it. The easiest way is to just double click. So you can double click in there, Control A, and then we can change it to white.
Always try double click. That's my first go-to.
Yep. Or you can use the type tool and just grab it. And let's say that we want this part to be black. All you need to do is just go over it.
I see. Yeah.
Use the type tool and go over it, and you can format text as much as you want within this box. And you always want it to be within this box, because let's say that we have this laid out, right? We have a billion pages. I'm just going to put these on black real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
We have a billion pages that are laid out, right? And then we're like, hey, Andrew, I don't really love the crayons. Let's just go ahead and like kill that, right? So you kill this. You don't want it to reflow all your pages, but when I hit this, it's going to move all my content because it's linked.
Yeah. Okay.
So this text box is linked to this text box, and then this one is linked to that one. So it just continues to flow. So as you move things around, as you add images, as you do line breaks, everything's one big text box, but it flows together.
Is there a way to
Yes.
say you okay? I know there's a way. There has to be a way to unlink.
What do you want to do?
To unlink
To do what?
them and unlink them. So when you edit a page individually, you've got the rest of the book laid out just like you described. And
That's a
you're
good
like,
question.
you know what? I'm going to change this one image, but I'll make just that page work.
Oh, that's coming in there. I feel like it would be export
I mean, that's something I can look up.
text frame options. Text frame options. Also, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I don't know the answer to that actually, but here is one. If we want this text frame to ignore any of the text wrapping, right? That maybe we have like two. So let's do. We have one with the bat here, and then I have another one over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pink. This is the most chaotic page, but we're just showing you. So it's wrapping here, but I don't want it to. I can right click, go to text frame options, turn on ignore text wrap, and now it's going to just ignore any text wrapping.
Okay.
But this is still affecting the other text box.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
How do you like my design? Are you proud of me?
Yeah, you were showing me some behind the scenes things earlier, and this would fit right in.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
Well, you've kind of covered most of everything. I've got headings and subheadings and that sort of thing. Is there a way to format?
Do you know how to save those?
Do I? Yeah.
Do you know how to save? Okay, I'll show you here.
Do I know how? No.
Yes.
That was my question.
All you need to do is you need to select your type right here, and then we're gonna go to Window. We're gonna go to Styles, and then go to Character Styles, and then here we're just gonna hit plus, and now we have a new character style. So if I make a text box over here and start typing, all I need to do is select the characters that I want to change. So I'm just gonna Control A and then click on Character Style 1. Boop.
Okay, and you can just do that in a already, like if you have all the text flowing and all the stuff, and you have.
Yep. So let's say that let's format this one, and we're gonna make this font. Why not? I'm going to plus to make a new character style, and now I can grab just a piece of this character style 2, and it's saved.
Okay.
So
awesome.
These are going to save color, they're going to save font, they're going to save size, tracking, leading, anything that you do to text is going to get saved into a character style. Really fun thing to do with character styles is you can right click and then click on edit, and you can do a shortcut. So let's say that I want to go shift and then number 1 on my number lock. So I'm going to set that as a shortcut. And now as I'm editing text, I can just highlight what I need to and then hit shift 1 and it will format it for me.
Oh my gosh. And I'm sure you can do as many of those as you need.
As many hotkeys as you need. Yeah. So I usually have assigned like shift 1 through 9 on my number pad. And as I'm formatting a document, heading, subhead, body copy, literally all I'm doing is going through and like selecting and then shift 1, then shift 2, shift 3, and I'm going through and editing and formatting so quickly.
And that changes project to project, right? So you can just,
yes, you can export those as well.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And you also can set, if you don't want to do character styles, you also can set a paragraph style. And what that does is if you have a paragraph on its own, so it needs to be its own paragraph, you can select it, and then we're going to go to paragraph styles, which is right next to it, and hit plus. So now if we have a paragraph, we can select even just the middle of it and then click on paragraph style 2, and it's going to change that paragraph. So it'll format everything until the next line break.
Gotcha.
So I think same thing down here. It might do the whole thing. I got really wild.
So we are getting close. We're not quite there yet, but I wanted to ask you about charts and maybe not quite get into the variable thing, but just is there an easy way to make like the image I was showing, and I just flipped to my screen.
So the way that we do it, I'm just going to delete all this. Sorry, chat. The way that we would do it is probably go to we'd probably end up doing a table. I don't want to do a table. What would I do? Type. I would do
this is why I brought you
tabs. I know we could set up a table. Okay, so tables right here. We can create table, and then from here we want rows and columns. So let's just do 4x4 for now. Header rows, we probably want 1 row, no footers, and we hit OK. So now I can click and drag, and it's going to make a box for me, right? So this is making a table.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I can do is I can just type in here. So let's say like fortify. I don't know. And this is like 8 points. And then this is like 3. And then that one's 0. So very quickly we can do that. And we can select all and just move to the center. But you can format each of these individually, right? So if we, again, use the window, all we're going to do is click on the window. And I believe you can double click and format the whole cell. Yeah, so this is changing the whole cell here. And you can see all the options. So we can delete a row. Now it's only 3 rows. You can do another row here. We can align everything to the center, which is what we want right there, and right there. So you can format all these rows. You also can hover above it and format a whole column if you wanted to. Or you could go to the side and we could format this, which I know I want to do, and format everything to the center.
Now you hesitated when making a table. Is there are other ways to do this, I'm assuming?
Nope, just trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
It's been a hot minute since I made a table, so I was trying to just fully remember. There are a lot of formatting things that you can do with tables as well. So you can, I believe, just click and drag to select everything. And then from here, we can do all kinds of styles. You can add spaces. You can add a different stroke. We can do all kinds of different settings, do vertical type. All of that is here, which is really cool.
Sweet. Okay. We didn't cover, I know this is a very big deal. We didn't cover page numbers.
Oh, so easy. Okay. You want a page number on every page?
Yes.
So what you can do is you're just going to go down to the corner wherever you want it. And you're going to do a little like text box. Then all you need to do is go to type, insert special character. And there's a bunch of special characters here. We're going to do marker, current page number. Done.
I knew it would be easy. That's
why
I left
so
that for the last.
Something else that we can do that is going to make it more interesting is we can copy this and we can get into this in another lesson. We can go to pages and do a parent page. Ooh. So if you double click on the parent page right here, this is going to apply to every single page that has that parent. So these are all A pages. You see right here. That says A. This is the A parent. So we are editing the A parent. And now when I go back to the book with the A parents, you can see the page numbers are here on every page.
Nice.
Yep. So anything you put on the A parent is going to apply to all of the A pages. Gets a little bit complicated, but that's a great way to do page numbers.
Cool. All right. I think you covered pretty much everything I had asked for, which is amazing, and more. Obviously, we went through a bunch of stuff there. We have a little bit of time, and we're just going to jump over to my screen, and we're going to get back to our sketch. And this is going to be the little dopamine hit for the day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start adding some little highlights as we wrap things up here. Gonna take a moment to thank Andrew.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're the first guest. You're the first guest. Big shout out to Andrew. Guys, give, I don't know, clapping emojis.
Big fan. Clapping emojis. Yes, thank you.
In the chat.
I also like what you're doing, that like he is furry, but I like that the snout is a little more skinny. Like it's got that like slimy like snout, and then it gets into fur.
Yeah, trying to place those things in there so that you can, maybe tell that's where it came from. In the end, I don't really care if you can tell, as long as the character looks fine, And probably we'll take this one and work it up just a little bit for the next time. It just depends how much time I have, but I really do like giving you guys updates. I think that's a lot of fun.
I also love that you did the candy cane tail, like with the highlight on it. That's so Burton to make like a shiny candy pinstripe.
Exactly. Yeah. When you said Burton, I was like, we got something. Hold on, folks. We got something. I love his little meaty legs.
He is a little chunkers.
Yeah.
He's a little baby though. He's just a little baby.
Yeah. Little baby ready to.
Ooh, maybe he gets scary when he grows up. Like the parents are scary and he's just cute.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And that's that's like nature's defense mechanism, right? You're not gonna harm a
Yes.
little baby.
Yeah, I was like, he's too cute. And then he
Yeah.
gets older and you're like, oh, he wants to fight.
Oh, too bad. All right, we
Aw.
got a little bit of time left. Andrew, anything you want to see on this? Any last little? We didn't get into color. I could do a color layer real quick. Watch how
Yeah, let's do a
easy
quick
this
little color
is.
layer.
All right, so we had orange, right?
Because you already have your
That's a
values,
thing.
right?
Yeah, we have some values. This is gonna look. It's not gonna be great, but
It's going to be much better than...
it'll work. So I've
gonna
switched
be
my
great.
layer to a color layer, and I'm just gonna start coloring on this, adding our orange. We had purple, right, as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna go even faster. Okay, because we are running out of time.
Oh my goodness.
Here's our color, and then let's switch over to purple, and let's throw this.
Wait, you
in.
got a little too excited about the color.
I did. I
Cute.
didn't have as much time as I thought I had, but there
He's
we go.
cute. Yeah.
And we'll try to work this up for next time. Speaking of next time, we're going to be talking about creating lore for your creatures and your creations. That's a little bit
fun.
what we're going to, for the next episode. But yeah, Andrew, thanks so much for coming by here and showing me all about InDesign and all that stuff. And
Of course.
chat, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye,
Bye,
chat.
everybody.